2 marks on your test. Now, I'm going to embarrass Noah, if you don't mind. Noah looked at the first mark and it was an 80, and the next mark was an 85, and he goes, Mr. Sadler, my mark dropped to 85 because this test. I said, no, it didn't. Okay, so your current mark is not listed on those tests. The first mark that I gave you is pre-drop, and the second one is post-drop. You know what I mean? So everyone got a bonus on their test. I dropped the denominator by 3, so instead of being out of 32, it's out of 29. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so don't worry if it says, yeah, my name is Austin, and I had a 98, and now I have 102, or whatever you happen to have. I can't remember, okay? Okay, whatever it happened to be, though, right? It's not like your mark is now that's just how it went, okay? Here we go, let's go for the last one here. Now, Tanner leaves in his Jeep. So this is number 7 off the test. Tanner leaves in his Jeep at an intersection at the same time as Emma in her car. Tanner is heading east at 60 kilometers per hour. And Emma's heading north at 80 kilometers per hour. Okay, as soon as you see something like this, you're going to draw a triangle. It's going to be a nice right triangle. Tanner is heading east at 60. And Emma is at 80. And they want to find dd by dt, which is going to be question mark. After 15 minutes. Okay, now this is what got some people mixed up here. Okay, so there's a lot of information going on here. Look at your test here if you want it.
I don't see that one.
Well, I know, but you have to, please take it from me. I have a lot. Okay, go ahead.
I thought that we used to just do like PD, like why is it DD over DD?
Because that's rate of change of speed they want. They want to find the change in speed. That's what they're looking for.
So like, now, or like...
Well, if it says what is the speed, what is the, okay, good question here, guys, can I talk check? The question is like, if it says what is the optimal speed or the optimal time or the optimal distance, that would just be D.
Yeah.
But if it says what's the best rate of change, or what's the rate of change when?
So whatever
that's
the
D.
rate of change is that.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we're going to get a few more information here. Tanner's going to be here, and Emma's going to be here. Okay, I like that. So, if you're looking at distance, is distance in kilometers per hour?
Yes.
No. No, goodness, no. What's distance going to be in terms of what? Go ahead. Yeah, very good. So how are we going to deal with, in order to get that, after 15 minutes, how far did Tanner go and how far has Emma gone? After 15 minutes, go ahead.
So essentially, you sort of do like, well, what I did was I did 60 divided by 60 because 60 minutes and then times 15.
Yeah, I'm just going to, if I can just do that, because there's 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour, right?
Yes.
And this is going to be 80 divided by 4, which is going to be 20. So what we found altogether. Now there's only one other thing that we need for this question to finish it up. What is Tanner 60 kilometers an hour? What is that going to be? And this is a tricky part for here. Yes?
dx over dt.
Why did you get, or I'm going to call it dt in this case, but dx you call it as well. Oops. Where the heaven did I get that? What is that going to be? Yeah, go ahead.
It's 1/4 of power.
We asked more than that. dt by dt. D capital T. Where that comes from? Go ahead, Alistair.
It's Tanner's rate of change.
It's Tanner's rate of change, right? We're looking for the rate of change. The rate of change of Tanner is 60. What's the rate of change of Emma going to be?
80.
Good. So I'm going to call this dE by dt. All right. Now I'm going to slow down here and make sure life is good. And this is the part that people get mixed up on. I'll let everyone scribble that down and hopefully try and get organized. Are we okay? I haven't done any derivatives yet. I've done no calculations. It's just listing information. The reason this question was tricky was to get that dt by dt and dE by dt. That was the tricky part, the dx and dy. Yes?
We also have to find the length of the...
Yeah, well, I'm going to leave that for right now, though. But yes, you totally have to. Sorry, I like the word totally. Okay? We will have to do that. I'll leave that for 1 sec. Okay. Now, this is the thing, and I want you to put a star beside this. Start with an equation. implicit differentiation then sub in values. Okay, that is a standard for every single type of related rates question. Okay, so if you don't know how to get started, start with your general equation. Okay, then you're going to sub in values, so then you're going to do implicit differentiation, and finally you're going to sub the values. If I have a triangle like this, and I have dd by dt, e and t, can somebody give me a good starting, other than Derek, you're snug, and Chris will be snug too. What's a good starting equation going to be? Go ahead. Yeah, distance formula. So I'm going to say d squared equals e squared plus t squared. And most people had that as their equation, but then they started subbing in numbers. Okay, right? So you're going to sub in numbers at the end. You've got to do the rates of change first. Okay, I'm going to start picking on people at random. Tanner, I'm going to start with you. Happy birthday tomorrow, by the way. How old are you going to be? 18. And he wants to do calculus. Oh, I know. What's the derivative of d squared, please? 2d. Close. Remember, we're doing implicit, right? So because it's implicit, it has to put the dd dt. Can I get another person, please? Chris, do the derivative of e squared.
Okay, so e squared is going to be 2e and then times de over dt, which is 80, but we can
Okay, we'll do that right
sub
now.
that in later.
And t squared, no Sandra, go ahead. Now, we're going to do a few of these problems today. Okay, we're going to do lots of these problems today so that you guys are feeling comfortable about them. I'm going to pick the question off the assignment, which I'm not quite done, but I want to go through the rate property ones from the assignment, just for, I know not everyone did all of them, okay? Now, we have every piece of information here, but what? We're missing one thing. All right, hold on, Chris. Just wait, Chris, just wait. I want everyone's brain to get in. Do we have dt by dt? Yes. Okay, do we have t? Yes. Do we have dE by dt? Yes. Do we have E? Yes. Do we have dd by dt? Well, no. And do we have d?
Not yet.
So there's two pieces of information we don't have, which are both of these two. How can we get d? Let's go.
Okay, so basically we have the length for E and T, which is 15 and 20, and so we use Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah. Now you can use this one again. So it's going to be d squared equals 60 squared. No, not 60. 15 squared plus 20 squared. So d should equal 25 if you do your math right. So you just confirm that for me because that was done in my head?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's sub in everything then. So this is going to be 50. This is going to be 2 times 25 dd by dt equals 2. Emma was going faster, right? Emma was going faster? Yep, so. Oh, that was uncalled for. I was just going to say he was a conscientious driver, not they didn't know how to drive. Okay, maybe it's a 40, maybe it's a 40 speed limit, okay? And Emma's like just going crazy, or it's a 40 speed limit going Tanner's way and an 80 speed limit going Emma's way, let's just say, okay? All right, so we're going to say, I can't multiply these all out. Can you guys multiply these for me? Ah. That's what I see. What are you looking for? Yes, you do. I've been better, to be honest. I've been better. I'm sort of in the doldrums today, but I'll get to my equal stuff this afternoon, so let's have it. My class is doing okay. Not great, but not awful. Just for doing okay. Well, we'll publish the results to you this afternoon. All right, so now you're subbing the numbers. So it's going to be dd by the is 16
DDR.
3200 plus.
Consensus revolution.
Oh goodness, Chris, you're killing me here this morning.
I was thinking DDR3 or something. Yeah.
Therefore, the rate of change is 100. Okay, I believe there are 2 related rates questions on the final exam. Okay, so I want to make sure we understand how to get these sort of questions. Go ahead.
And the ones on the exam are going to be like this, and nothing like the ones on the.
The assignment I'm going through, because it could be like on the assignment, hint, hint. Okay, so I want to go
Please
through.
don't give us like a
Just
question.
wait, stop. I want to go through the ones on the assignment, that's why it's listed on there. And if we don't finish the ones on the assignment, you'll get your assignments back on Monday, and we'll finish off the ones on the assignment for related rates. Does that make sense? All right. I almost called you Chris, sorry about that. Michael, go ahead. Oh, because, sorry, good question. Because 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. Right, you know, if 15 divided by 60 is 1/4. Yeah, it said here the other information. Whoops, I lost it. Here, if you didn't crumple up your test, one of the things they said it was after 15 minutes. That was the last one piece of information from the. Now, the nice thing about related rates questions, I know what you're thinking. You're sitting at the back looking at your phone, and Mr. Sal's going to lose it on you. And you're saying to yourself, I hate related rates questions. But here's the thing, Luke. Every piece of given information that I give you, you need in the question. There's no like excess fluff. There's no, you know, it's very, if there's something that I write on the page, you will need it in the question. That's an advantage that you have. Okay, so make sure you get it into your question. Teresa, go ahead.
So is there any units
It would be 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, 100 kilometers per hour. Sorry, I've been very weak at units this year. Okay, your physics teacher will yell at me probably. Okay. Yes, Chris.
On the assignment, there are 2 questions that I did not like.
Yes. So once I'm going to do one other question for the class's demand. Then I'll go back to you. You can tell me which assignment you wanted me to do, which one from the assignment you want me to do, and I can do it up on the board. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Okay. I had a question about. I'm going to pick on Noah here if you don't mind. Sorry, Noah. I want to say pickle. Is that pronounced right? That's not that's why I've never said his last name before, because I knew it was going to come out wrong. You said you wanted to go through a sine and cos graph. That's what you said. Okay. So I'm going to go through one of those right now. Now, Noah said he says, well, you got the first derivative or second derivative, right? And I said, yeah, that's what all graphs are. So this is going to be the only graph I'm going to go through. The other 2, you will be responsible for yourself. If we have time on Monday and you guys want to go through a rational one, we can do it. Okay, right? But these are the ones, this will be worth 10 marks, a question like this. And you know, if you're the best grapher in the class, it is, you're a pro at this, right, already. So we'll go from there. So this is example 2. Sorry. Is it your birthday? I also changed the question to Jason Graphs. No, I won't do that. I'll put you in one of them though. Okay. So if you don't know how to, I'm going to pause the video. This is where you guys get started. You're looking for first and second derivatives and setting them equal to 0. If you remember, okay? We'll deal with domain and all that stuff in a sec, but you're looking for first and second derivatives and setting them equal to 0. Because you're going from 0 to 2 pi, how many solutions should you have? 3. What's the period of this graph, please? What's the period of this graph? 2 pi, 360 or 2 pi. So you should have 2 solutions, okay? You should have 2 solutions. Did you like my fake cry there? Okay.
I just said a random number.